What up, guys? Annie Tier, Guild Forever, however you want to call me. Going to be doing a review for Eden Zero episodes 7, 8, 9, and 10. We are completely caught up with the anime, which is what I want to do. I've been wanting to get back into Eden Zero for a while now, so I apologize if I haven't been doing it. But in a way, I kind of like having a few amount of episodes spread out so I can binge some. It sucks that the last episode I left off is like middle to somewhere toward the end of the I don't know what kind of arc would you call it, the naked escape arc or whatever. So yeah, it sucks. And right when Shiki and JINN were about to enter their little square off, their rematch. Good thing is though, in the next episode, the real sister is about to make an appearance. Not I will say though, everything I've seen so far about the episodes have been very much pinpoint to the manga, page for page, scene for scene. I also like that they add a lot of cameos also. Not sure if I picked up on all of them. You guys can let me know if I missed out on any. But I appreciate the cameos. Like the Lizana and Mirajin cameo toward the end. I like that. That was fun. That was a fun little cameo they had there. So I was very happy to see that. Even though realistically, Lizana and Mirajin can bust themselves out of any situation. The fact that they got captured like this is an insult to their character. Demon Takeover. Do the thing. Boom. GG. Like nothing in that freaking planet could hold down Mirajin. I'm just saying. Now the next part, I'm definitely looking forward to the next episode. I'm assuming the following episode is the conclusion of this arc. I don't know 100%. But it was definitely good seeing this arc animated. Despite it being one of my lesser out of all the arcs, from what I remember, because again, I've never read the whole manga. I stopped at a certain point because I found out that this anime was coming out, like Eden Zero was getting an anime, so I'm glad I didn't see it all the way through. For those of you that are wondering where did I left off in the manga, it's when they barely met Hermit. That was pretty much where I left off. I can't. What I'm definitely looking forward to is the arc where I think Hermit is in the arc. I don't remember, but I do remember like I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anyone. So it's the arc after this one. You for those of you that remember my manga reactions, you'll know what I'm talking about. I gotta admit though, I definitely can't wait to see the arc with Hermit, because I felt like I never finished it, but it did look like a promising one, possibly the best one out of all the arcs I've seen so far in Eden Zero. I definitely like all the camera angles, the visuals never disappoint. Like Eden Zero probably has like some pretty top tier visuals out there. What I very much so am happy with overall is, honestly, I'm very happy with the voice actors, except Wise was so random to me. JINN's voice actor I'm happy with. Of course, I already mentioned Shiki and Rebecca. Theirs are perfect. Rebecca kind of gives me Lucy vibes. Or is it actually... Can someone tell me, is the voice actress for Rebecca Lucy? Because she kind of sounds like Lucy. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's fine. Even if it is Lucy, I'm not complaining, since I'm used to Lucy or Lucy-ish characters. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. This series would be just fine with or without Weiss. I personally think Weiss isn't necessary. My personal opinion. He literally feels like a bootleg version of Musica. And Musica is basically similar, not exactly, but similar in a way to Weiss. Even though I personally think Musica is a much better character, my opinion. I don't know, man. I just feel like I mean, I get it. Like, Weiss is basically supposed to be like this series Musica, but I honestly prefer Gray's personality. Like, Gray literally stands out among every single one of his archetypes. Musika was okay. He wasn't horribly bad, but he wasn't the kind of character I was crazy about. Like, I don't really care for characters like Musika that basically come off as playboys. Weiss is kind of like he's kind of like Musika, but in a way he's kind of doing his own thing. Like, it's kind of like half of it is Musika and the other half is like what makes him him. But I don't really care for him. He's a fucking weirdo. Trust me. When you get to a certain arc in the anime, you'll know what I'm talking about. But other than that, again, I just don't really feel this character. I know he's basically the Gray for this series. He's nothing like Gray, by the way. The only character that I feel like feels like a downgrade is this series version of Gray. Everyone else seems spot on. Elsie, which is Urza, Justice, which is Jalal, they're spot on. I love them completely. Shiki is great. Rebecca is great. Happy is happy. Homura, oh my god, dude. I feel like Homura is the one that definitely took me by surprise. I thoroughly loved her character. I thoroughly did. She was honestly a great addition, but they need to stop adding her cheeks in every single scene, because I swear to God, every single scene with this woman in it, when she's either doing her thing, just standing there talking or whatever, we always get angles of this girl's cheeks. Not that I'm complaining. It's just like, look, I'm not saying they're not amazing. I'm just saying, I'm here for the story, man. And no, don't get me with that stupid comment. But that's still plot, right? No, it's not. It's fan service. Get out of here. Stop trying to hide your your guilty pleasures. I don't need that crap here. And so yeah, I will say though, I am not completely. It's not a big deal. Honestly, guys, it's really not a big deal. I'm not a huge fan of Shiki's threads. Like, personally, I like his old clothes better. It felt more like him. Right now, these clothes just feel too spacey, if that makes sense. Too space-ish. That's the vibes I'm getting from it. My personal opinion. Hopefully they bring back his older clothes, because I do prefer those. Again, that's just nitpicking though. That's not like a series determiner. That does not determine whether the series is good or bad. It's just a little small nitpick. But yeah, run in the mill, all the voice actress and voice actors have been very great. The one that I feel like is perfect, would it be Witch? I don't know. I mean, her voice feels like it is what it should be. I feel like Homura's is probably my favorite. And definitely feels like that voice actress is doing her character justice for sure. Speaking of Homura, I will have to say Homura feels like a fusion of Wendy and Urza. I know in this series we technically have our Urza. I know it's Elsie, but Homura legitimately feels like skill-wise and to some degree personality, it feels like Wendy and Urza combined. Except the Wendy part is only her looks, because her looks kind of seem like a mature Wendy. That's the only thing, even though realistically we all know who actually does look more like Wendy. I'm not gonna say who, you'll know when we get there. But yeah, whatchamacallit. So yeah, that's it. But other than that, she feels like the more like, maybe it's because of her powers. Her powers feel very similar to her. Not exactly, but it's the theme that she has going around her that gives me Urza vibes, even though technically Elsie is the actual Urza. But I haven't really seen much of Elsie to really determine any. Even where I left off in the manga, I don't remember we didn't really get a whole much of Elsie. Like, after she gave Shiki the ship, that's pretty much her being Gonzo. I have not seen her other than that. So I can't wait to get more into Justice and Elsie. Hopefully they have the same relationship they do in Fairy Tail that they have in this series, because that'd be really nice. I'm just saying, man. Jalal and Urza for life. I don't care what anyone says. Even though, yeah, I definitely feel like that's probably the best ship. Even though a lot of people, I don't know, I feel like the most common and almost predictable ship, like always, um, Lucy and Natsu, which is basically in this series Shiki and Rebecca. Except I stated before in my Discord, I personally think Shiki is actually a more completed Natsu, if that makes sense. Like, Natsu is cool. I definitely like him. I'm not gonna harp on him too much because obviously in Fairy Tail I see more Lucy as the main character than Natsu. It's my opinion. Shiki actually does feel like a real main protagonist in the series, especially because of how much the series revolves around him. Everything from cause Natsu never really had an ambition like Shiki does. Shiki has multiple ambitions. He wants to make friends. He wants to find Mother Cosmos. He wants to live out his grandfather's dream as his living legacy. One can argue, for argument's sake, that Natsu's goal was to find Igneel. Yes, that's true. But after that happened, his character felt like it slowly diminished over time. I'm not saying his character is completely ruined. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying his character had less value once Igneel was already found and gone not long after. It almost feels like Natsu is there just to handle any threat that comes opposing the Fairy Tail Guild. Again, not going against Natsu's character. I still like him a lot, actually. It's just that Shiki, I really appreciate Shiki more because he feels like Natsu, but better. That's just how I see it. You guys can disagree to agree. It doesn't matter. It's just my thoughts on it. But anyway, guys, that's it. See you guys all later. Don't forget to answer the questions up above. All link reactions are in the description below. And yeah, look forward to the next few uploads. Peace. I'm out.